paddy works on the railway. In 1842 from Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, found myself a job to do, working on the railway.
Hello, this is a bit different. This is for those who are making YouTube and playing with sound and so on and so forth. This is the Jabra headset which I've been using since I started, pretty much on the advice of various other YouTubers, and it's grand. It has good noise cancellation and it sounds reasonable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this against a couple of other systems. But let's talk about the problem with it first. Headset is fine. Headset is grand. The speaker on it doesn't really work that well. It's okay, but once I start making noise, if I've got people talking to me, I can't hear them. So its volume is lacking. But the other problem is, if I want to put on a head shield, ignore the dusty in it, it kind of goes on. It's kind of a nuisance. It doesn't fit properly. And the speaker becomes pretty much useless. And I'm wearing a head shield a lot more often than I would in the past. And I like to wear a head shield when I'm turning anything difficult, suspect on YouTube. And I like to wear a head shield all the time when not on YouTube. So, not particularly this one. I've got a dust filter one, which is better. But for the purposes of this video, I'm only talking about this one. But any head shield's the same, whether it's a Trend, the Rutlands, any head shield, doesn't matter what it is. You put it on over your headset, the mic gets knocked all over the place, it becomes a problem. The earpiece gets knocked off your ear, that's another problem. And it's generally a pain. But what we like about these is they've got great noise cancelling. So I've got on the lathe a piece of wood. I've got the speed set to 1000 RPM and it's got corners on it. So with my Jabra set on, in theory, most of that noise is cancelled out and you don't hear it. Doesn't always work, but it's pretty good. You all know the famous drilly and how noisy that can get. So having taken the corner off of that bit, all right, this is not a practical demonstration of anything with turning, but it's a practical demonstration of noise. So again, the Jabra is quite good at cutting out that background noise. So I should have talked while I'm doing that. the Jabra is quite good at cutting out that background noise. You'll hear it at the start maybe, but it soon recognises it as a problem and shuts it down. But as I said, there are undesirable parts about the Jabra, so I've been thinking about possible alternatives. And what I'm going to be testing today is change the camera. Soundpeats Air 4 Pro. This is just an in-ear mic that you use for your listening to music on your phone or making a phone call. It comes in a little charging case and it's designed for phones. But does it work for this? It's got sound filters built into it. It's also got enough battery life. I reckon it's about 2 hours of battery life on one of these in a video scenario. Now what I'm going to be using is one of them. So I've got one in my ear and that's what I'm using. There's 6 microphones in between the two of them. There's one to pick up your voice, one to pick up what sound's going into your ear, and one to pick up external noise, and it's supposed to filter that external noise away from your voice. So we'll try it first of all as it is, and then we'll try it with some software which I will also come on to later. And along with that, I have this. This is a voiceover mic designed to be in a quiet space, but I'm going to try it with the software. We'll come on to that in a minute. Right, I'll pause you while I change over my sound system. Okay, so I've got the Soundpeats Air 4 in my ear. This is going to get a two-stage test. This is using just the Soundpeats with its inbuilt noise cancellation and standard microphone. So we'll do about half of this. So this is as standard. Whoop. I move the tool rest. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. Right. So this is as standard, and we'll just take a little bit off of here. You can see going into the cut now. Okay, so that was the cut and the sanding. Talking over the sanding just to see if it does any sort of noise filtering. That's that bit done. So what we have now is going into the red. That's not good. Hang on. What we have now is still going into the red, so this should be very loud. But it's supposed to sort that out. But we'll come back to that because I just want to raw. I don't want to change the settings at this stage. I just need to talk a bit quieter. Is the Soundpeats earbud going into GG Sonar software with a clarity low pitch graphic equalizing on the microphone, the Clearcast AI noise cancellation, and compressor, which I think is supposed to even it out. So if I shout, or if I talk quietly, it should come somewhere in the middle. But hey, let's give it a go. So, same again. We come back to here. This time I remember I moved the tool rest and checked. Same RPM, 1000 RPM. And a sounding test. So that was a drill. My sounding, I need to talk whilst it's running. Sorry. So this is the mute drill, drilling, power sounding. Obviously not doing it to any particular standard, just doing it. Right, I forgot to press the wet buttons. And I've rigged this up. My ideal would be it would be up here on the ceiling, out of my way. But it's a temporary test, so I'm putting it on the shelf to my left. So it's not the ideal position for a desktop mic, but it's there. And I'm looking at the sound graph on my OBS, and it is recording something. At the moment, it's the mic without the software. So I've got another piece of wood, exactly the same as the other piece, in the lathe. So this rounding off noise should be the same. The same speed, same everything. So that's me sucking the corners off. This is a sounding test. With me talking over the drill. My expectations that will sound terrible. But we're going to change the properties now, and we're going to take this microphone through the SteelSeries Sonar software. So this has the noise cancellation software and compression. I don't quite know why it's called compression. What I've read on the instructions says it's for leveling out. I'm using a clarity low pitch built-in equalizer setup because my voice isn't very clear and a bit of clarity never hurt. So we'll give it a go. But there are various things. We'll come on to that in a minute. So same again, 1000 RPM. This now with the new compression on. I'm talking maybe that. So hopefully it sounds better than before. I don't know myself yet. And this is me sounding. Sorry, me sounding on talking. And that's that bit done. Pause you again while I change it, and hopefully I remember to unpause it before I record this time. Okay, we're now on one of my Logitech Brio camera microphones. These are not necessarily the best quality mics, but they are pretty good. But obviously this is with no software, this is just the microphone, and it should be picking up everything. I'm looking at the gauge on my OBS, and I think yeah, I can see that there should be a problem with that when I play it back. Sounding test. Oh, sorry, I'm leaving that bit in there even though you weren't watching the wood, you could hear it. Sounding test. With me talking over it. I'm fairly confident that it's going to be pretty rubbish when I get this video up online and hear it back through the system. But now I'm going to put that through the... Okay, so now this is my Logitech camera overhead, using the built-in mic, which is now running through the Sonar software. So I think short one touching it. Right, this is... Oh no, I didn't change the camera, sorry. But you know, it's the same thing, it's the same piece of wood. It's running at the same speed. I haven't changed anything from what you've seen already. And all the corners are gone there, but this is the standard stuff. And the sounding test. You hear talking over this? Yeah, no, it does should be working. Except when I talk it is going red. I can tinker with the volume on that. Let's just do that a minute. That's taking the volume down to 46%. I haven't done this for the other test, but you know, it's the last one, so let's play. So that's the sounding, and me talking over it. Just for the sake of playing. So I'm going to stay on the Logitech camera. I've got it turned down to 46% on the Sonar software. Let's have a quick look at that screen, shall we? So there's the Sonar screen. All other tests up until we changed it were that up here, not 100%. I dropped it down to 46. Which is there, and that appeared to, from what I can see on the meter on OBS, that appeared to be better. But obviously, once you've got it all set up, then whatever system you use, whatever combination is all set up and running, in theory, it should always work. Of course, theory and reality are different things. But this is the software. There'll be a link to it in the description. The only thing I bought for this software was free, by the way. The only thing I bought for this was the Air4 Pros. And it sort of set me down this journey of digging out some of my old stuff and trying it out with this software, because the Air4 Pro was pretty good on noise cancellation, but it wasn't quite as good as the Jabra, and I didn't really like the sound of the mic, so I put this software in to improve the sound of the microphone and make things work a bit better, I think. I'm not a sound engineer. I do not understand what I'm looking at with sound engineering stuff. But you have built-in default setups here. So I've chosen clarity low pitch. If I switch it to clarity high pitch, that should change it. But you've got various things. This should be quite extreme on the walkie-talkie. That should be, well, yeah, walkie-talkies never sound good to me. But let's see what that sounds like when I listen back to it, because obviously I can't hear it at the moment. But you might go for a balanced profile or alias boom arm profile. Alias Pro boom arm. I'm guessing these are particular types of mics. Deep voice profile. Looking at my OBS while I'm talking to see what's happening there. Everything seems to be a bit on the quiet side on this setting, but of course I can change that by going back to the mixer and bring that up a little bit, and that should add a little bit more volume to my voice. And it appears to be, again, looking at the OBS gauge. Well, that's it. I'm just playing around with sound, looking at possible alternative systems that I might utilise. I did initially start with other bits of software which were very complicated, steep learning curves, and although they weren't particularly expensive, they weren't free. This one is free as far as I can make out, and this is the simplest one of all. And if all you want to do is a fairly simple sound setup that works, then keep your software simple, unless you're an engineer. If you're a sound engineer, then you know better than me. In fact, you can tell me how to do it. But this is me playing. So if you've enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We treat all our subscribers well, and we look after them. Well, we don't really, but you know, we like to talk you into subscribing, because that's good for us. It keeps the channel going. And thanks for watching. If you are a live streamer, then hopefully there's some useful information. If you're not a live streamer, hopefully you'll get a little inkling of some of the stuff us live streamers go through to try and bring you a show that is of reasonable quality. which sometimes isn't as easy because we're not experts in this videography, editing, sound, and everything else that goes with making YouTube videos. We just do our best. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.